Life is sweet. Let it sweep you off your feet.
Hi, this is Ali and Find Your Joy. Please remember to like and subscribe. Okay, exciting times. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my first book, my first children's book in the collection of books I've written, which is called the Don't Be Scared, Be Prepared collection. I'm super proud of these and very excited. And here's the first one, and it is going to be available very soon. We'll be having a launch in early April. So I'd like to introduce da 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 da. Uh, Look Around and Ground with Ginger and the Fun Bunch. So I wanted to write these books for a few reasons. So today I thought I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I wrote them, and I'm also going to share the book with you. I'll read it to you. So that will be fun. Um, so I was a kid with anxiety. I was a kid with a lot of anxiety. Some of it was for reasons that were, later we would all understand, a significant amount of trauma. But I don't know. I think I was kind of wired that way anyways, and I'm not sure if that's true. How will I ever know now, right? But I have always been a person with a very busy and creative mind. And I don't know. My a lot of the stuff that started when I was so young that I don't know. So, anyways, let's just say I was a kid with a lot of anxiety. And one of the things that gave me solace, shall we say, was Pippi Longstocking. I loved Pippi Longstocking. I loved that she was a redhead like me and that she had freckles and that she was kind of quirky and that she was just so cool, and I loved her, and I loved to go on adventures with her, and I felt like, I don't know, either Pippi was me or I could be Pippi, or maybe that she would be my friend. I'm not really sure, but there was a thing about Pippi, how I connected to her. Even though she didn't ever talk about the issues that I had, just that she was kind of weird made it feel okay to be weird. And she was a redhead back when being a ginger was a was a hard thing to be. Okay, come on, kids are teasing. Anyway, so I just loved her. And I wrote these books for a few reasons. The first one, what I would say, is because I wrote it because I wish I had this book or these books when I was a little girl. That's, I think, my one of my biggest reasons was when I started to understand that there was ways that we could actually help ourselves to right in the midst of an anxiety attack or the different things that the books will be about. This one specifically is about Ginger and her having some anxiety and using grounding and breath work to help herself to work through that. And as adults, we need that. I sure do, anyways. And for little kids, so this is the age group that this is geared towards, or whatever it says is like 4 to 7. Of course, it could be younger or older or whatever. I have a friend who's a psychologist who said, man, adults will get lots from this book and they will learn from it as they're reading to their kids. And yeah, so I really wanted to be able to. It's not that it's too late when you're an adult. I was an adult when I started to learn about this stuff. But man, if a little one could learn how to get in control of their own emotions, how to navigate those emotions, how to calm their own body when, our body reacts in certain ways from anxiety and big feelings and all of that stuff, and to learn how to actually center and bring calm and peace right in the midst of all that. I thought if little ones could learn that, how wonderful would that be? And the other reason that I started to do that was that I did these books was when when Hannah and Cassius, now they're 21 and almost 17 now, our grandkids, but when they were little and they would have their weekly sleepovers with Nana and Papa, If they wanted Papa to tuck them in, that meant he was going to read to them. And it was pretty much always the Chronicles of Narnia, and they loved that. But if they asked Nana to, that was because I would always make up a story on the spot. And it would be whatever it was, and it would usually have their names in it, and they would be the main characters, and they would go on adventures, and they would love that. And another thing that I taught my grandkids um, was not to be afraid, to just be prepared. So don't be scared, be prepared comes from that. Whatever it was, if it was a test or meeting new people or whatever was going on, that we don't really need to be scared. We just need to be prepared. And I believe that. I believe that with all my heart, that it will help us to function better and to not be afraid and all of those things that can get in our heads as humans. If we're prepared, we don't need to be scared. So that's where that came from. And so Hannah said one day, Nana, when are you gonna write those books like for other kids to read, like the books that you did with us? So that's what inspired it. And actually, the stories that I would tell Hannah and Cassius are yet to be written. Well, they're sort of written down somewhere, but they are not these ones specifically. So there's more coming. I have 4 written so far of these, and they'll be coming, and more will come. So look around and ground with Ginger and the Fun Bunch. And I want to give a shout out to Kyle Caplito, who did the illustrations on this, and for sure to our niece Carly Fallon, who completely created these characters. And she wasn't able to do the book with me this time, maybe another one. But she was the person who I told her what I wanted, and she really brought these characters to life. And Danielle Anderson did the editing for me. And a good editor always makes a way better story for you. So it's not just so much dotting the I's and crossing the T's. They'll say, hey, you were trying to say this. You need to emphasize more on that point. And so it was really good. And to our daughter, Jess, who helped me. So Jess is an amazing human being. She is 47 years old, and she's awesome. And one of the things about Jess that is very fabulous is that she's very open to talk about what it's like to live on the autism spectrum and with cognitive challenge and things like that. So when I was writing the book, well, the first time I wrote it, it was 3,000 words. And then I got it down to 2,000 words because I was doing research and finding out that that was too much. Then I took a couple of classes on writing kids' books. So then I finally got it down to under 1,000 words. And rhyming is the way that I chose to write this book. And so I shared it with Jess, and she was really awesome at giving me feedback, like, that doesn't really make sense. And she'd say, Mom, you have to remember that just because I'm in my 40s, I still, a lot of the way that I think is like a kid. So if I'm not going to get it, they won't. So I was really, really grateful that she took the time to do that and help me. And I would go back, rewrite, and show it to her, go back, rewrite. So this has been written in mind from a Nana's perspective, a person who was a little girl with anxiety's perspective, um, a person who is the mom and worked many years in the field with adults and children with different abilities and disabilities, and primarily on the autism spectrum. So that's me, and that's where I come from, and that's the things that I took into heart when I was writing this and wanting to just to be the very best that it could be, to come in and speak really softly to a little one who might have anxiety. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a little one who's going to end up having meet new people or go to a busy event or whatever, but just to learn how to center and to do some breath work. So that's what it's about. Okay. The back here It says, join Ginger and the Fun Bunch in Look Around and Ground as they embark on exciting adventures filled with curiosity, friendship, and fun. Ginger, along with her friends Katie Cakes, Haywood, and Davy, plus her caring Nana G and lovable dog Tilly, explore the joys of the day while learning how to manage big emotions. When Ginger feels anxious, her kind-hearted friends step in to help. Through simple breath work and grounding exercises, Ginger discovers how to calm her worries, find her balance, and embrace the world with confidence and joy. Together, they show the power of friendship, community, and self-care, reminding young readers that they can overcome challenges and enjoy life's adventures. Perfect for children ages 4 to 7 and the entire family, this heartwarming story teaches empowering tools to navigate emotions while encouraging independence, curiosity, and resilience. With its playful characters and meaningful message, Look Around and Ground is a must-read for any child learning to handle their feelings, enjoy the magic of everyday moments. And it's from the Don't Be Scared, Be Prepared collection. And the publishers is Alleyway Publishing and with Tellwell Publishing as well. So let's dive in. And for those of you who are listening at home, you won't be able to see these beautiful pictures, but I am sharing the pictures as well. Whoops, like I'll try to get it straight. Way down at the end of a long, winding road in a sleepy little town, much like yours, I suppose, nestled behind a garden as cute as can be, lives a friendly lady who's called Nana G. That's a shout out to my mom, because that's what my grandkids called my mom, Nana G. Nana G's home always smells oh so yummy, and her cooking and baking, well, they warm up the tummy. Around her front door, all the kids love to cram, waiting for her cookies. She gives one for each hand. What happens next? Here comes her dog Tilly, wildly wagging her tail and acting quite silly, giving kids slurpy kisses from the tips of their nose all the way down to their wiggly toes. Her granddaughter Ginger lives just down the hill. She loves to come visit. It gives her a thrill. Just like Nana G, Ginger has bright red hair and a generous heart Ginger loves to share. She has freckles galore, which Nana G calls sun kisses. She loves to giggle and make big wishes. As for best friends, well, Ginger has three. There is Haywood and Katie Cakes and also Davy. These four love to go on adventures each day with their favorite pal Tilly, who's magical, some say. However they are feeling, Tilly seems to know. Any time spent with Tilly, love seems to grow. Now, Ginger was happy and loved to play, but she had something called anxiety that could get in her way. It would start with a thought, turning into a fear, then her insides felt all twisty, as if danger was near. One morning, as the friends were heading out to play, Ginger started to worry in the most unpleasant way. Her mind was rushing like she was spinning around. Her hands got all sweaty. Her heart started to pound. Tilly was first to notice Ginger not doing well. She barked for the others like a soft warning bell. The fun bunch were ready. They were such a great crew. They gathered round Ginger, knowing just what to do. They had learned something called grounding from Nana G. She told them to feel their feet on the grass and watch the birds in the trees. When things get too busy inside of our head, it helps to notice the things around us. That's what Nana G said. Next step to take when our insides feel wild is to slow down our breathing to mellow and mild. Using breathing can help to calm thoughts gone astray. our breathing gently blowing the scary feelings away. Katie Cakes told Ginger to breathe in through her nose, like smelling a pretty flower that grows and grows. Then Haywood said, let it out all the way, like blowing out the candles on your birthday. Petting Tilly's soft fur, Ginger took a deep breath, and letting out slowly, she began to rest. As Davy reminded her she was safe with her friends, she took a few gentle breaths, then she did it again. In a short time, it didn't take too long, Ginger was so happy she started singing a song. Katie Cakes, Davy, and Haywood were proud that they had helped their dear friend out of a dark cloud. Tilly was so excited she started to prance, and the pals all joined in with a joyful dance. Now they knew they could help each other through. When things became hard, they knew just what to do. So remember, dear ones, what you learned here today. If worries come visit, they don't have to stay. Grounding is something you can do every day to keep scary thoughts and feelings away. First, look around and notice things you understand, like a sound or a sight, something you hold in your hand. Now remember to sniff the flower in through your nose, then blow out the candle, and away it all goes. So there it is, my first children's book. I'm so excited and proud of it, and I hope that you will love it and your little ones will too. I will be letting you know very soon when the big launch day will be on Amazon Canada and I guess everywhere. And I'll let you know when it is. Thanks for being with me through all of this as I kept talking about it, and it took a long time for it to happen. I think the next book won't take so long, but it was exciting and worth it. So that's what I wanted to share about today. I thought I would let you know all about it. I'm super excited. And yeah, I think that we've got things going on for kids these days that they don't have to live with stuff like we did. So that's that. So it's Allie with Find Your Joy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Please do remember to like and subscribe. I would love any comments and feedback. I welcome that always. I'm not great at tech stuff, so I can't always find these things, but I am looking. And if you want to contact me, alliewayart@gmail.com is my email. So anyways, take good care, know you're loved, and as always, find your joy. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you found a piece of your joy in this episode, I would love to hear about what came up for you so that we can continue to grow the impact of this show. Thanks again. See you soon. And remember, find your joy.